must know to express in speak. That is what they are looking. They are looking a smart mind, a developed mind from both the side, more so which side?
Right.
The right side, that is the intelligent mind, that is the emotional mind, that is the mind which takes decision. Because the bureaucrats have to take hundreds of decisions in a day. Not necessarily all the decisions would go right. Many would go wrong. So that means he must be ready to take risk. So that requires courage, because he may be suspended for a wrong decision, but that is how in administration you have to take. You remember a girl called Durga Shakti, a young IAS SDM, she demolished a wall,
Yeah.
right? Wall was illegal and she was suspended, right? Now had she not demolished, there would have been another problem. She demolished, she was suspended. But ultimately what happens? Ultimately, Satyamev Jayate, truth shall prevail. And in that case also, so by and large, no bureaucrats are going to be punished for doing a right act. Instantly, for media or for to please a section of society, a politician boss may transfer, may suspend. Suspension is not dismissal. But that is more because of certain public pressure. And how it works, I can tell you. One my friend in Home Ministry, now a director level, IPS. And he told in my university, when he was addressing people like you, that in Delhi University he was posted in North Delhi as DCP a few years back. So a group of students attacked some office of Delhi University, which is very common nowadays in university campus. The SHO arrested some 10-year-old boys, okay, at Maurice Nagar police station. Then 400 students came and Ghirao, Thana started shouting, release those boys. SHO was nervous, 400 crowd and 10, 20 policemen, तो उनको तो चोरी चोरा याद आ रहा होगा, है ना, कि पेट्रोल छिड़क कर आग लगा सकते हैं. So he called DCP, the DCP came, Sagar Pritam Huda, his name. He talked to the students, what do you want? Students started, release. He said okay, and came and told SHO, chod. Everything now? SHO said, sir, in लोगों ने इतना section this has violated, attack, the dean office, HOD office, this, so we can't release and FIR to लिख लिया हमने. तो नहीं छोड़ दिया. वो सब खुश घर चले गए. फिर SHO को बुला, रात में उन 12 लड़के को उनके घर से ले आए. Same night, they went all those 12 students, क्योंकि उनका नाम एड्रेस लिखा हुआ था, वो उठा के ले आए घर से. अगले दिन कोई लड़का नहीं आया, क्योंकि उस दिन उन लड़के को चाहिए था, हम गए तो छुड़ा कर लाए, क्योंकि NSUI और ABVP का प्रेसिडेंट भी गया था, तो वो जाए और छुड़ा के ना लाए. So he knew the psychology of those students. So all he did, a smart work, are you getting or not? And this smartness is going to be checked in your exam. Now this is what this exam becomes very interesting, that many students think कि बहुत पढ़ लेंगे तो IAS बन जाएंगे. All you have to do is enjoy your study, and we help our students even in selecting good articles from newspaper. Like the Indian Express at present is the best for ISS. Earlier it was Hindu, but since last 1.5 years, Indian Express has covered a large area which no other newspaper is covering, edit page especially. Another is the Mint of Hindustan Times, and one is the Hindu. If you read these three selectively, and we will help you how to read this. On an average, daily a student can easily read 2 to 3 articles. One article would not take more than 25 to 30 minutes. Now imagine if you have 300 days out of 365 days, I'm leaving 65 days for festival, for girlfriend, boyfriend, for other activities, for Bahubali 2, etc. Am I right or not? For Hindu Navratri, for Muslim Roza. 300, 3 into 300, 900 articles in a year. Don't say you can't do, I do it. I have already read 3 articles in the morning before coming, 2 I am going to read in the evening. And I do it for my own knowledge as well as my interest, as well as to broaden my scope of history. And we all do it. All those teachers who are in this business, especially professional, they have to do it, otherwise they can't survive. You get my point? There are scholars who have read last time when they did PhD, and after that they stopped. So we call them fossilized teachers. You get it now? They became fossilized, so they can never update the knowledge which happened as recently as today or tomorrow. What Supreme Court of India has given, first time perhaps in post-independent, very interesting order that they would work in summer vacation. And some very important decisions they are going to make it, including triple talaq issue during this one, right? All I'm talking that you should be aware, we should be aware about it. So, daily if you're reading 2 or 3, imagine you are minimum 600, maximum 900. In GS paper 1, you have 3 segments, history, geography and social issue, right? Now, there would be 20 questions in all. Minus history, all these geography, social are related to whatever is happening rather than what happened 20 years back. You should have, say, a good knowledge of how Himalaya was formed. That your geography teacher and NCERT would tell. But the question would be like ice melting and its impact on environment. So that means if you have read 3 good articles, which must be there out of 900 on environment, Himalayas and ice melting and its impact in Indian subcontinent. So the question would be designed exactly on this one. For instance, few years back there was huge disaster in Uttarakhand. You know this? So exactly in the same year the question was asked that what led to this kind of disaster, that is first, and secondly what government is doing, and third what do you suggest, what else. So that is only possible when you are reading, because all the environmentalists would suggest that what is you are doing, whatever is not enough, this you should do 1, 2, 3, and they wrote in points 1, 2, 3. So this is how this exam becomes, as I told, very interesting. It is no more textbook exam. It is something which you read on newspaper, which you watch on television, some great scholars who are debating, not NDTV or Times Now or Aaj Tak, because they don't debate, they fight. Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. They debate, and they debate with a purpose, in which anchor does not speak, the expert speak, in which they do not provoke you. They actually try to get the best from that scholar or that expert. This is available on YouTube, and most of our students who have made it in ranks, top 10 rank, top 20 rank, how they are different? They are different because their approach to study is different. None of them are extraordinary students in their school days. You would find a boy outside the poster, his name is Faz, he got 17th rank in 2013, okay? He had failed in class 12. How many of you have failed in class 12? You have failed, okay, great. Because generally I don't see class 12, 10th I know that many people fail, but class 12 very rarely people fail. And most of you must have got above 75, because nowadays marks are coming in the 90s, except the boys, the girls are getting. One girl, she was crying on mobile. The other side was boyfriend, and he asked what happened. She said, I got very poor marks. He asked how much. She said only 94%. Then the boyfriend said, Sharam karo, itne mein do ladke pass ho. So that is now about the boy I was talking. But most of you must have scored 60, 70. Whether you scored 40% or 80%, all are at the same level. In the next 1 year, you are going to be. It all depends how you plan your next 1 year, 8 to 10 hours of study in a very scientific way. And it is so easy that you would realize and yourself would improve this from 8 to 10 to 12. But for us, this is not important. It can be reduced 8, it can be increased 12, depending upon your own ability to grab. It is very much like some people eat 4 chapati, some eat 1. Both are healthy people. That is because how you have developed your appetite. Exactly, some can get in 8 hours, some can get in 12 hours. Of course, there is minimum thing that below this you cannot do that. एक चपाती तो खाना ही है. आप सन्यासी बनना चाहते तभी you have to give it completely. लेकिन आप 20 से ज़्यादा खा भी नहीं सकते. दोनों बात है. So you cannot read beyond a point, and you cannot afford to read below a particular point. But whatever the minimum and maximum, that is subjective. That is not something any teacher can tell that this is must and this is enough. All I am saying is, your study must be very organized. Your timetable must be according to UPSC calendar. Never prepare IS exam in compartmentalized form. That first you prepare for this and this and this. This is the biggest mistake which most students are doing. You cannot do it. You have to do it comprehensively. Right from day one, you have to prepare for interview also. You get my point? In most philosophies and great writers said that you start thinking from the end first, then began, rather than after traveling a distance and then thinking about end. Just giving an example. You all are in early 20s, am I right? 21, 22, 23, etc. What does it mean that start thinking end first? Imagine yourself at age of 70. What kind of person you want to be remembered by your grandchildren, neighbor, countrymen? Are you going to be a role model for them? Or you just want to be a common person who came, ate, slept and went? सुबह होती है, शाम होती है, उम्र यूं ही तमाम होती है. Or you contributed something meaningful. If you start thinking from this angle, then you would work little more with more passion. That no, I don't want to be like millions of other people who lived their life without any purpose. So I want to die. I want to live at my old age before my grandchildren or neighbors, that I was contributing. I did something very meaningful. This is called to think from end point rather than think from beginning. Now for you people, you think like this, that next March to April you are in UPSC for interview. And how you are going to present yourself in that 30 minutes. For this you have to prepare. Because in that 30 minutes, they are going to scan your entire personality. They are not going to check your knowledge. That they are already going to check through this. As I told you, the boy which was asked, tell about your address, this is personality. There is another girl, she wears a hijab and she must be in our picture. Her name is Zainab Saeed. She got selected in 2014. She got in interview 220 marks, 220 out of 275. Tina Davi got 192 marks, topper, and she got 220. To the best of my knowledge, in the last 10 years, nobody has got it. Are you getting me? One of the first questions which they ask, that you are in a hijab, are you getting now? So how would you do public service? Then what her reply was, that Dr. Manmohan Singh wear turban. Are you getting or not? Prime Minister Narendra Modi wears his saffron. They're all proud of their identity. This is my identity. And this has nothing to do with my performance. The board was stunned by her answer. You're getting my point? And they knew that and they expected this answer. They were not provoking, they were just checking how you respond. Her second question was, you have lived in Calcutta, now you're living in Delhi. She did a MA from my university and then she got coaching. And her paper was also English literature. So the question was, you must have seen Gurgaon. So compare Calcutta with Gurgaon. Now this question is not trained anywhere. And she gave very beautiful answer that Calcutta is a historical city which has its own culture. And Gurgaon is still struggling to find a culture. Now the moment she said, then there was a huge laughter like that. And then she started explaining that is reality, that Gurgaon में पूरा इंडिया तो अभी आ चुका है ना, और अभी बन ही रहा है DLF कॉलोनी, और अभी कंफ्यूज भी है दिल्ली एंड गुड़गांव के बीच में. So it has become a concrete sort of thing for the urban planners, and you must have seen the flood last year, and you know that flood which happened between Gurgaon to Delhi, that 14 hours the car were stuck, many people left their car, went home, collected next day after 12 hours and 30 hours. So that is a nightmare for many people during crisis, and she was exactly explaining that problem of Gurgaon. Now this is something you can never get it in any book. This is something, if you're reading those articles, if you're discussing with your friends on all these issues, you can talk on anything to everything in this universe. Which I said that Ajay Modi on Tagore, which I said this boy Muhammad Ali on Muharram colony in Chitragut Nagar. Now this is what I said, that what they are looking, do not prepare it separately but prepare it holistically. How you can do that? Out of your 8 to 10 hours daily, devote 20 minutes at least for it. Just 20 minutes. What you have to do? In this 20 minutes, pick one topic, any topic of the world of your choice. Are you getting now? Think over it, discuss with your friend, talk 2-3 minutes. And then, while talking, make sure each question would have different layers. The first would be about what, when, where, how, and the last would be what could have been, possibilities, what should we do. So try to come to the maximum depth, because IAS exam, if I can explain in my own style, is like this. In 30 minutes, they would check 40 questions maximum, or maybe 5 questions. Sometimes. No limit, minimum or maximum. Some question for just 30 seconds. Some for 40, some for 50, and some for 5 minutes. You getting my point or not? Because they would keep asking cross question, you heard it. The moment you answer, they would ask another, then another. So at least 1 or 2 area, they would give a chance to check the depth of your knowledge. A smart student is he or she who go in the depth of their strength. You get my point or not? Suppose you are very good on environment, and the moment environment came, so do not leave this opportunity to go while finishing the first sentence. Leave an opportunity to be asked another question. Sir, all these things government has done well, but had government done 2 more things, then I think it could have done wonder, and then stop. What would they do? What are those 2? They would be curious to know that. Then the moment you ask those 2 things, so these 2 things are, number 1 is afforestation, and number 2 to check encroachment. Just giving you like this. But afforestation we are already doing very well, sir, but encroachment in India is a huge problem, and though there are certain states which have successfully done it, some states are still struggling. Those states which has done successfully, and those which have not, they would ask, somebody would be listening you, and they would love to be, guided by your style. They know that you are manipulating interview. It's not like they are fool. They are 60 plus, 5 people, cumulative experience 200 years, 40 years each. You are 24, hardly 6 months experience in life. So you can't fool. They know that, and they would love it. Because what is their duty? Their duty is to find the best among you. So that your best should come out, because ultimately their job is to hold the talent. And they are providing a great service to the nation, that we have selected out of 3,000, 1,000 the best brain which is available. So if they fail, if they terrify the student, then that is their failure. So they never ask difficult question in the first 2 minutes. The moment you would enter, they would never ask, okay, tell what went India-US nuclear deal wrong. They would never ask like this. Oh, Mr. So-and-so, you dated your BJ so long. What are you doing? Sir, I am doing this. Oh, your father is in Hale. So, where is it located, sir? It is in Ranchi. And he is working this. Oh, you have got very good score, 62, 65, very consistently. Sir, yes, sir, I was relatively good. He thought I have answered 3 questions. Actually, he has not asked a single question. He was just relaxing. And once you are relaxed, then they would probe questions from various angles. I hope it is clear. So you have to start what I said from end first, 20 minutes daily. I hope it is clear for interview. What most students are doing a mistake, they prepare interview after the main result. They have hardly 1 month. In 1 month, I always say you can't change your personality. You can change your hairstyle, but you can't change. Personality is grown over a period of time. Like some students speak with very low pitch, some very high pitch. Both are dangerous in institute. If you are speaking with very low pitch, there would be 2 problems. First, many of them cannot hear. They are 60 plus, so they have a problem of hearing also. Okay, this I realized when I started sitting with some senior people, 60 plus, and they had to say, please speak again and again, right? The second problem is, in our culture, speaking with low pitch is always treated as lack of confidence. Though I know many students, because I happen to be in with those company of students whole day,